Welcome back to our Storm Center coverage at noon today. We continue to check in with our crews who are out in some of the areas being hit the hardest from this storm.
Yeah, Sam Rogers is in Alfred, I believe, where there have been tens of thousands of outages. Sam, what are things looking like there?
Yeah, Amanda and Brian. Well, at last check, looking at the Central Maine Power's outage website, almost 90,000 customers are without power in York County. Nearly everyone here in Alfred is also without power. We're on Gore Road, and we're just going to show you what these kind of side roads are looking like. This was the scene really across the entire county as we traveled. That snow just kind of building up and sticking on the limbs of these branches, really causing these big pine trees to start to bend slowly over. It may be tough to see on the camera, but all of these trees on the side of the road are bent towards us. And that is kind of what is resulting in what we see on the other side of the street. Branches and trees on these power lines, the snow really stuck on those power lines, and we're just going to wait for this pickup truck to go through, but Steve Sherburne behind the camera can zoom in because we've also seen a lot of this on Gore Road. Power lines down in the middle of the street. Luckily, there is some room for cars to get by. We actually were driving up this road, saw the power line at the last second. Luckily, we were able to avoid it. We've also seen some trees starting to crash down, a couple behind us, behind the camera have. And we have some video of folks doing what you do when there is snow falling, cleaning up and shoveling using the snow blower. We saw David Schofield and Hollis. They were working to clear the snow, and they just said they're kind of sick of going through this. We also were able to catch up with Megan Arsenault, who is the Deputy Director of the York County Emergency Management Agency. She provided some safety reminders and tips to Mainers who are still struggling without power.
It is wet and sticky and turning into cement. So we figured we'd attack it and try and clear some of it away before the rest comes. Yeah, I'm ready for it to be gone. Yeah, I'm ready to take the top off the Jeep and go get the kayak.
If there's any safety concerns, of course, report that to first responder agencies. But if you're just home, you got no lights, take out the cards, be patient. We're working on safety matters, and folks will get to you.
And another safety reminder we want to remind you all at home, we have seen some traffic lights at intersections without power. Megan Arsenault from the York County Emergency Management Agency says, drivers, just be aware of your surroundings. Treat it like a four-way stop. Of course, the road conditions are varying where we go. It seems like every half mile or so, you can see pavement on the ground. Here on Gore Road, some fresh coating. So just be safe out there. And York County residents, the Emergency Management Agency will be opening some warming and charging centers very soon. We will have more updates on those locations coming up later on in this Storm Center hour at noon. Brian and Amanda.
All right, Sam Rogers live for us in Alfred. Thank you, Sam.